morning. It is Thursday, about 10 a.m. and we are about a week out from the lifting of the Governor Lee's stay-in-place order, so to speak, if they don't extend it. And that's really all I'm going to go into about that. I don't pretend to know what they're going to do. I'm not sure what the answer is. You know, I've got my opinions, but so does everybody else. But there was a conversation that came up today in chatting about what did I think about this Hafthor breaking Eddie Hall's record by 1 kilo. And apparently, I don't know all the details. Apparently, Eddie is taking some exception to it. And I'm going to give you a very, very condensed version of what I told this person that asked my opinion. Is I don't care. You know, as far as the importance of whether or not Hafthor pulls 501, just at this point in time, for me personally, I just can't care. And trust me, the pursuit of strength and all the things that go along with it is something that I've shaped my life around for probably the past easily 25 years. Now, do I think it is possible that this is something that is scripted and they're going to create some urgency and people are going to be able, tune in and, have a big time with it? Potentially. Maybe that's what's going on. But as far as Eddie saying something about the validity, my opinion is the only way to break a record is if you're doing it in a contest. Him doing it in a controlled environment of a gym or wherever in front of a judge is irrelevant. So, that's where that stands with me. But I think something that I really would like to focus on is what we're seeing during this pandemic is people that are really, really important right now are people like truck drivers, are frontliners like nurses and doctors and all the techs and the staff that it takes to make these offices, happen, where patients can be seen. And, other diseases are not taking time off because, there's a pandemic. And, Melissa's work is no exception. And, you got grocery stores that are open. There's gas stations and convenience stores, and there's still construction workers. They're still trying to clean up the tornado mess that devastated, Middle Tennessee. I mean, just in my little neck of the woods, they are still tearing down houses, and it's going to be weeks before all of that is cleaned up. So, I think what you're finding out is, look, I love sports and I love the distraction and I enjoy watching competition. But, until somebody hitting that last second buzzer to win the basketball game, until that's feeding starving people or curing a disease or whatever the case may be, just let's keep it realistic, and in check on what that really means. And I don't want to rob anybody of their joy of what they love. And trust me, I love watching hockey. That's one of the things that Melissa and I love to do together. When things are busy and normal, we carve out a little bit of time when the hockey games are on TV and we watch them together. And I miss that. But I want the takeaway that I want for you is what these athletes go through to become professional athletes or elite or those types of things. Because what I've learned over time is the skill set that's required, and some of you have heard me say this before, the skill set that's required to get really good at something, the discipline, the willingness to not rely just on motivation, but discipline and, commitment to get the job done on days that you don't want to. Because trust me, those days are going to happen and you're going to have to grind through, and the person that keeps showing up and keeps, giving their best effort and keeps trying and keeps digging in and grinds through the ebb, of life, that's the same skill set, relationships. They're not always, you're not getting up together and singing songs and cooking breakfast together and kiss each other bye as you go to work. It's, there's a lot of things that come into play, and sometimes it's not, glamour and fun, and sometimes it's a pain in the ass, and you have to love those moments as well. Like, I am so thankful for me. I can't speak for Melissa, but if I was going to have to go through something like this, thank God it is with someone like her. Thank God for me, it is her. And she's been just, and everything that she's gone through. We went through the tornado, and I was very resistant to a lot of the things that she wanted to do. I was a pain in the ass. And we ran right into this pandemic, and then, we unfortunately had to put Sierra down. And man, that's been a source of sadness. It's been, even talking about it creates and evokes an emotional response. My heart breaks for Melissa, and I know how much, Sierra, not only to her, and obviously to her, but to the rest of the gym. She'd become such a fixture. And to go through all that and then have to do what she does as a nurse, and she does worry, what happens if she brings something home, and she gets up. I'm telling you, she gets up. I'm not the first one that gets up. She gets up and she gets the day rolling and gets the dogs rolling, and then I kind of roll out, and she is a rock in all this. And so what I'm saying and all that while I'm praising her is, man, it takes two people. It's never going to be absolutely equal, and sometimes someone's got to drive the bus, and it's not always me, and we create a skill set, we create a way of life by how we train. And if we're smart, if we do the right thing, the things that make us successful as lifters and as athletes are the same skill set that requires us to be successful at everyday life. And I firmly believe that, and I reiterated to this person who's a team member that, look, the last time you leave my gym or you take my consultation, with programming and online coaching, the last time you click that button or you walk out my door, if all I did was make you stronger, then I have failed you as a coach. We are charged, and I'm going to keep repeating this, we are charged with taking care of each other, for being there, and, I'm again, you want to be gracious. My boss at work, I've known him a very, very long time, and is one of my very best friends. And man, it's, our working relationship is very unique, and there are times where he and I butt heads, but he's always been respectful, he's always been encouraging, he's always been supportive. And throughout all of this, he has encouraged me, he has tried to build me up, and he has his own moments, and we all do. And that's the thing. This is what is revealed with athletics and more, our everyday life. What we're facing now is it's revealing what people are capable of, what their character is, and you're seeing people be very inventive, and resilient in a very, very difficult time. And so I'm going back, we're charged with taking care of each other, look out for one another, check on each other. A lot of us have a lot more free time on our hands than we used to, and I really feel like we should, not because I say so, I just have this conviction that we should take advantage of this time and understand that, man, we're not promised anything. And even though we come out the other side of this, normal is going to be different, and the things that we do right now are going to be imperative as we try to get back to normal. So I hope all that makes sense. The big thing is love and respect and some empathy are going to go a long, long way for a long time from now. And a friend of mine, Jim Ingram, told me one time, There's a season to sow and a season to harvest. And we've had a good long season of harvest, and it's time to get back to work and start sowing and tending and nurturing and cultivating. It's time. And I hope that you will take time to do that. I hope you'll take time to say a prayer for yourself, for your family, for the people around you. And, let's keep everybody as safe as we can and take care of one another. Take care of one another. All right, guys. God bless you. Hang tough. Have a great day.